All right, here we are back at it again with Tactics Overland. I haven't posted in a while, but gonna be upgrading my dash cam. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Gonna be upgrading this right here. It's the what is it? The Wolfbox G840S. Gonna be upgrading that to the Wi-Fi version to make it a lot easier to save the videos if I need to. I mean, just in case if there's, an accident, or, maybe I can use some of the footage for you guys, for YouTube. So yeah, let me see what we're working with right here. Let me show you the G840S from Wolfbox. Let me see, that's the dash cam. We'll be switching that one out too. The only thing is I have the other one hard mounted into the Jeep, so we gotta pull that one out and take off the bracket that attaches it to the windshield to this one. So yeah, let me go in there and pull that one out. And then I'll show you what this one's gonna look like in the Jeep. The different features it has, mainly the reason I'm switching from that one, the non-Wi-Fi version, to the Wi-Fi version. So that's the main reason I'm switching. Is for the Wi-Fi feature. Other than that, it's a good camera. I like the camera. Has no issues. The only thing, if I ever need to save footage off there, I gotta take out the SD card and, upload it to my SSD drive. And with the Wi-Fi version, I could just download the clip I need to my phone and then just transfer from there. Just airdrop it to my Mac or my iPad, and I could just edit it into the video. Yeah, let's actually do an unboxing on this right here, and I'll show you what it all comes with, and then we'll get to swapping the mirrors out. I might actually just leave the previous rear view camera, which is right here. It's a little dirty, but yeah, it's right there. That's the rear view camera that connects to that mirror camera, because the mirror does have a front facing camera on it as well. So yeah, let's get to this unboxing and I'll show you what's inside the box. All right, so right here we got the Wolfbox G840S. This one records in 4K. The rear view camera records in 1080p. Has 5.8 gigahertz Wi-Fi to transfer to the app to your phone. Super night vision, GPS, 12-inch touchscreen, and parking monitor. So if you're in a neighborhood you don't trust where you're parking, you could turn on the parking monitor and it will time-lapse recording all night, or as long as you're parked in that spot. So yeah, let's get to the unboxing. Let's pull this sleeve off right here. Set that aside. It's pretty nice packaging. It's like a magnetic closure. Pretty cool. Okay, so here inside the box, Got some foam. Then we got the dash cam itself, the mirror. Has this film over the glass, which I'll be taking off once it's up there, but it's pretty thin, has a little weight to it. There's where the SD card goes. There's where the GPS plugs in. I believe that's the rear view camera that plugs in there, and that's your power, USB-C. And that right there is the front facing camera, which it's adjustable. You can move it to the angle you need it at. And then these right here are what you could keep your stock mirror in your vehicle, and just put some straps around here that this provides to hold the mirror up against your stock mirror. But to me, that's just a little too much. I like cutting weight, so I removed the stock mirror and got a bracket that removes these, and it mounts straight to this. So yeah, that's the mirror. Let's see what else we got under here. Then right here is the GPS that plugs right into the mirror. You just mount this somewhere on your dash, and it gives you the GPS coordinates to that video. And then this right here is your USB-C power cord, lighter socket. Also has a USB-A plug right there, so you could still charge whatever you want to charge, so it's not taking up too much of that charging space if you gotta charge anything in your lighter socket in your vehicle. So yeah, that's that, self-explanatory. Plugs right into the mirror, plugs into the lighter socket in your vehicle, and powers the device. Which, the way I have the previous one mounted in the Jeep, it's hardwired. So it's hardwired to the ignition. So when the ignition turns on, it turns on the camera. When the ignition turns off, it turns off the camera. So I will not be using that. And this right here is the rear view camera. This one looks a little different than the previous one. It's a little bit more beefier. Made out of aluminum. I'm assuming it's lightweight, but it's made out of metal, so. Which I'm gonna try to run with the one that I have on there already and see how that works. If I don't like the quality, maybe I'll switch it out to this. Not sure yet. So that's that. Looks like it comes with an extra connection to it. So if you mount that somewhere and you decide you don't like it, you want to mount it somewhere else, it comes with an extra one of these. Some extra double-sided tape for that. Some little double-sided tape clips to run your wires and make it a cleaner install. And this is what I was talking about that wraps around the mirror. This wraps around right here, then this one wraps around that one, and they're stretchy, so it would wrap around whatever mirror you need to mount it to. Comes with smaller ones. This depends on the size of your mirror. And then a plastic pry tool to, pry off some plastic parts to hide some of the wiring. And a cleaning cloth. So we are not going to use the GPS. I already have one installed. We're not going to use the power. I already have a hard mounted kit. And possibly in the future, we'll use the reverse camera. We'll see. And it comes with plenty of cable to run from pretty much the front of any vehicle all the way to the back. So that's that for the what's in the box. So let's get to taking the other one out and attaching that bracket to the back of this one. All right, so here we are in the Jeep. All you need to remove this is a small Phillips screwdriver. And we are gonna be removing that screw right there, sliding that off the bracket on the window, unplugging these three, and then we'll take it over to the table and we'll show you how to swap out the brackets. All right, so here we are at the table. We got the new one right here. First, we got to remove these little rubber inserts right here. So they're kind of glued on there. Just set those right there. So remove those and you get your small screwdriver. And then you lose those small screws because you will not need them anymore, or you can keep them, which I like to keep every extra parts, just in case if I need them for any other project. And those should just slide right out of there. I'll be needing those. Oh, yeah. So I'll set that one right there. Actually, we'll flip it the same way as the other one, so we know which way this bracket's gonna go on there. Gonna take the and this one I seem to have lost two of these screws, so had to improvise. These fucking things are small. Lose them all the time everywhere. Alright, so we got those out. Okay, so we do keep those. Let's put that one over there. Let's put this some back up here. Down in there. Interesting. All right, so let's make sure all those are off of there. That one's on there. Gotta line them up with the holes under there. Make sure they're going in there right. That's about right there. So here's the old one. Well, the first version. This is the second version. Everything's the same. All right. So let me get this back in the Jeep. All right, just got it installed. So let's see what the settings look like, see what the menu looks like, see what it looks like when it starts up. And I'll show you a couple of different features this thing offers compared to the previous model. So let's get to that right now. Let me start the vehicle up. So there we go, right there. There's the camera starting up. Which I will be turning that off. I don't want to hear that every time I start the car. All right, so right here we got, what is it, 4K for the front camera, 1080p for the reverse camera. This right here shows your miles per hour and the direction you're going. This over here shows you the date, the time, if the Wi-Fi is connected, and the sound. So let me see if it's the same as the other one. So we'll just stop the recording there. So that stops the recording. Let's go into the settings. All right, let's format the SD card to the camera. Let's get rid of this sound. Volume settings off. Okay, that's off. Do the Wi-Fi there. So it's turning the Wi-Fi on. Let's connect to that. So here we got the Wolfbox app. Has it right there. Connect device. Confirm. Connecting. Let me see. Let's go into the Wi-Fi settings real quick. And you could change that password right there. That's just the factory password that it comes with. So you can change that anytime. So we got the Wolfbox right here in the settings. Shows it's connected. Connect device. And it's showing a green screen because I still have that label over the front. I'm sure we'll remove that. Set that aside. So here we go. We got that right there. We got the app working. Let's switch it to the rear camera. So right there, same thing. Got the rear camera. Got the rear camera. You can go to the SD card. I have no files on now. Well, 2 files. You could go to it and then push play. It tells you location. The cool thing about this, it tells the altitude, which I could actually use when I'm up in the backcountry. It tells me the location. It has a little graph right there. So there's that. Alright, let's go back to settings. It's because I'm on the app, huh? Close the app. So you can swipe that way. You can get both cameras, both views. You can get the rear view. Scroll down. There we go. Okay, let's do the other. I already connected it, so why is it still doing that? Then this button down here, at the very bottom, turns it off so you can use it like a normal mirror. It does have a reflection on there, so you can use it like a normal rear view mirror. Why is this back on there? you gotta turn off the Wi-Fi. So you push the Wi-Fi over there, turns off the Wi-Fi. You want the Wi-Fi on, push on the Wi-Fi over there, turns it back on. So let's turn that off because we don't need it right now. Unless if I need to pull some footage or anything off this, you don't need the Wi-Fi. So there's the reverse. There's the front camera, which we could adjust it on the outside. Let's bring that down a little bit. So now we can see more of the Jeep, which that's what I need. All right. So that's pretty much the camera setup. There's other videos that show you in-depth details, walkthroughs of this. That ain't this one. I was just swapping out the first gen to the second gen with the Wi-Fi. All right, that's a small review and open box and install of the Wolfbox G840S dash camera, mirror dash camera. So pretty much got that in there. That's right there. So yeah, highly recommend, especially if you create content. You can use the rear camera and the front camera as more footage for your content. Yeah, that's pretty much it to this video. Oh yeah, I also did a little paint job, custom paint job to my shovel here. Painted it red. I think it looks pretty cool. Half the price of the more expensive, pricier red shovels. So yeah, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.